How's it, Peter?
Hey Vish, how are you?
I'm good. Please tell me, what are we doing here? It's hot, the sun's beating down on me, and contrary to popular belief, I don't like getting tanned.
Vish, we are here to review, I think, one of the best looking vehicles that BMW have brought out in probably 20 years, the fantastic new 8 Series Grand Coupe.
But, okay, it's called a Grand Coupe, but this is a sedan, and sedans are dead.
Long live the sedan.
Wow, you got to explain this one to me.
Well, I think that we're going to have a discussion around, is it a sedan or is it a coupe? It's got 4 doors. In my book, it's a sedan. Officially, it's a coupe, but I think during the review, we'll explain that.
Sounds good to me. So our favorite part of reviews, the engine, the power plant. This is the 840d. What I need your masterclass on is twin power turbo versus twin turbo.
Yeah, so there's a lot of confusion around that. And in fact, there was actually a court case. Somebody took BMW to court over the naming of their turbo as a twin turbo, because twin power is not a twin turbo. A twin power is actually a twin scroll turbo. So it's a single turbo, but what's unique with the twin scroll turbo is it has effectively 2 outlet pipes on the exhaust side, and that's to prevent the exhaust gases from each cylinder impeding the flow of each other's gases.
So it's separated.
It separates the exhaust gas flow, and that means we get cleaner exhaust gases blowing onto the impellers of the turbo, which means we can have smaller, more effective turbos. So that's twin power. However, just to really confuse everybody, this vehicle has twin turbos.
With twin power.
With twin power, and in fact, they also are variable geometry turbos. So if we have a look over here.
Okay, pause. Variable geometry turbo is?
Where the vanes open and close on the inlet of the turbo to regulate the flow of the gases to make them more equal.
So it's not just a straight thrust, let's go with it. It actually adjusts as well to the rate of airflow.
Correct. So what that enables this turbo to do is to start spooling up at very low revs. Now what BMW have done on this particular motor is they've taken that a step further, and they've got 2 different size turbos. So we've got a small turbo that really spools up very, very quickly at low revs, and when we drove this vehicle earlier, we did not experience any turbo lag whatsoever. It's quite incredible, so very, very effective. It is also a variable nozzle turbo. That's situated below this turbo, nice small one, and then once the engine revs build up, this turbo starts to come into effect.
Explains what you said about it's got 680 Newton meters of torque at 1,700 revs.
Quite incredible for a 3
X drive, so it's all wheel all the time, which I think you were quite impressed with.
Yeah. So all around, I'm amazed with the technology, and quite frankly, I'm disappointed that diesels seem to be falling out of favor with the manufacturers.
Well, like sedans, theoretically.
Well, like sedans theoretically, but I mean, this diesel is an incredible unit, which we're going to experience just now on the test drive.
So it's a diesel?
You wouldn't say so. I mean, just listen to the purr of this engine. It sounds like a throaty V6 petrol. Listen to this.
Impressive. So you think they've trademarked this sound because it sounds good?
Oh, they definitely have. I mean, the engineers do work quite hard on the resonator and the design of the resonator. And in fact, they do patent these sounds. So they've done a brilliant job in terms of taking a diesel and making it sound like a fully fledged V6 petrol.
Now that is quite something to enjoy. Peter, the rev counter, for me, no, don't like it. It looks backwards, it moves backwards. I'm a traditionalist. I want to see it go from left to right. I want to feel that red line. Here you can barely see anything.
Are you a traditionalist or resistant to change? Because to me, this makes perfect sense. I mean, on the left-hand side, you've got the indicator moving up from bottom to top, and now it's mirrored. It's perfectly symmetrical with your rev counter moving from bottom to top. So it makes sense to me.
I don't like it. Let's move on to the experience modes and caring car. I think we know the safety features. It's got the lane change assist, it's got autonomous steering up to a point, it's got all the usual bells and whistles you'd expect from a high-end luxury sedan. Caring car for me pushes the limit, where like other brands you've got options. You could vitalize yourself, so you've got a 3-minute vitalization program. Energize the driver, for example, it uses climate control, lighting and music just to pick up your vibe. And then if you're agitated, which in South Africa most of the time we are, it has a relax option.
So the relax option I see actually closed the sun visor.
Yes, did you notice that?
I noticed that.
How cool is that? So this is the kind of technology we're dealing with in these kind of vehicles.
And look, on that topic as well, this car's got a price tag as it's specified of just over 1.8 million rand.
Correct.
I think a lot of people might scoff at that price, but look at what you're getting for that 1.8 million rand. Imagine, and I was trying to visualize this morning driving through, if you had to take all of these features and install them in your house, how much would it cost?
Well, a lot, especially with all the ambient music aspects we now have with certain manufacturers. And coming back to price tags, current market prices, we are well suited in South Africa.
It's an eternal debate. A lot of people will tell you that we're getting ripped off in this country. I don't believe it. It's certainly not the experience that we have. I think the only market that potentially would be consistently cheaper than South Africa would be the US, but you've got to remember that they sell over 1 million cars a month in that.
A million cars a month.
Yeah.
Let's just put that into perspective.
Yeah.
100%. How much we sold? What, 30,000 units or?
Yeah, we sold just over 30,000 units last month. So
Yeah.
we're nowhere near the economies of scale that the US has. We're certainly cheaper than Europe. And in fact, BMW and the other German manufacturers in the premium segment are all generally cheaper than the source market, which is an incredible achievement.
Coming back to the 8 Series, you mentioned earlier something very interesting, that this is only the 4th time it's been used.
Yeah, so the 4th time that BMW have pulled the 8 Series badging out. So the previous times was obviously with the original 8 Series that was out in the 80s. And then we had the iconic Z8.
Not many of those around.
Not many of those around. And then, of course, the i8.
Yeah.
And now
I ate something that was really slow and annoying, but let's go on.
and now we have this vehicle, the new 8 Series, which I got to say, you know, when BMW only pull out a badge on very rare occasions, you've got to know that the vehicle that's involved is very special. And they've certainly done that with this vehicle.
Carbon core, partially.
Partial carbon, yeah, just to assist in terms of weight loss for the vehicle. So this comes in at around about 1.9 tons. I think without that carbon core, a vehicle of this size would be
2.3,
close
2.4.
to sort of 2.4, 2.5 tons. So yeah, an amazing job.
I think that's very cool. So Peter, Grand Coupe sedan space-wise, we've got Fani with us. He's in the back seat. He's looking taller than normal, I must say.
Yeah, I must say, guys, at the back, you can fit comfortably, and you're a lot taller than what I am, Vish. So, but I must say, it is a bit cramped. You know, I feel that, you know, when I sit back, my head is actually touching the roof. But my upper body is obviously taller than yours.
I don't know how that works.
But I suppose that's what defines then the difference between a coupe and a sedan, is the shape at the back. So this is more of a curved effect at the back.
Yeah, but you've got that sleek finish, which works because most of the time a vehicle like this will not be your primary vehicle, or will it?
Well, maybe if you've got kids. So maybe we should say that this car is ideal if you are 2 adults with 2 young kids.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, I think that's where your perfect fit is, because you've got the sleekness, you've got the space, and you've got a Fani in the back. Peter, you're smiling. What's up?
Sure, smiling from ear to ear.
Are you in love?
I'm in love. I got to say, this 8 Series Coupe has really, really impressed my socks off.
So you're thinking sedan dead, not dead. If there was a sedan choice, would this be your sedan choice?
I think it would. I'm glad to say that I think this might well resurrect what we perceive as a sedan. I think BMW have done a fantastic job in mashing together a coupe and a sedan concept. And it was just altogether a brilliant
So it's a
vehicle.
sedupe, or is it a coupe sedan?
Yeah, something like that. But also, I got to say that this motor just impressed the heck out of me as well. It just sounds the part. It's fantastic. It really is. I absolutely love this car.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that. It's Vishnu and Peter.
And we will see you next time on Let's Talk Automotive.